Hello everybody, how are you? Today, the 17th of April, is the International Day of Hemophilia. For this reason, I want to present a simple awareness about hemophilia. Hemophilia is also called a bleeding disorder. Is a rare genetic disorder in which blood clotting doesn't work properly due to deficiency of one of the blood coagulation factors necessary for blood clotting, which is caused by a mutation or change in a gene that provides instructions for the proteins to form blood clotting. And consequently, the patient bleeds after the injury for a longer period than the normal person. It can also lead to damage to organs and tissues, and the severity of the injury is determined by the amount of deficiency of coagulation factors in the blood. And the lower the level of coagulation factors, the greater the severity of the disease. There are four most common types of hemophilia. Hemophilia A is the classical type and caused by deficiency of coagulation factor 8 and is the most common type and consists about 80% of all cases. Hemophilia B is caused by deficiency of coagulation factor 9. Hemophilia C is caused by deficiency of coagulation factor 11. And acquired hemophilia, it doesn't occur due to inherited genetic mutations, but is caused by the immune system attacking blood coagulation factors by secretion antibodies, and it usually begins in adulthood. Risk factors of hemophilia. The most important risk factor is genetics. For example, hemophilia A and B are inherited in an X-linked recessive pattern, so parents can inherit the disease to their children. And males are affected more than females because the father has the 6 chromosomes X and Y, and the mother has 2 X chromosomes. And because hemophilia is X-linked disorder, so it's enough for the mother to carry the affected gene on one X chromosome to inherit the hemophilia to her sons, because the males have one X chromosome, as you see in this picture. And the other risk factors such as pregnancy, cancer, and autoimmune diseases that may cause an acquired hemophilia. Bleeding is the most common symptoms of hemophilia, and it occurs in any part of the body, outwardly or internally, and may happen spontaneously or after minor injuries or after some minor operations such as extraction a tooth, or when an injection is given during a treatment or when a sample is drawn from the blood. And symptoms can be mild to severe depending on the level of coagulation factors. And patients may have other complications such as swelling and pain with sensation of heat in the joints, appearance of bruises that lead to the accumulation of blood under the skin, and also severe headache, frequent vomiting, somnolence or lethargy, double vision, general weakness, and convulsions in the body. So people think that hemophilic patients have only bleeding, and the fact is that hemophilic patients have all these complications. Hemophilia is diagnosed through blood tests to determine whether blood coagulation factors are low or missing, and there are ways to determine if the person is infected. Family history and a comprehensive blood test to test the rate of blood clotting and to determine the type and degree of hemophilia. The normal coagulation factors level is between 50 to 150%. So if the coagulation factor level is between 5 and less than 40%, it is a mild hemophilia. If the coagulation factor level is between 1 and less than 5%, it is a moderate hemophilia. And if the coagulation factor level is less than 1%, so it is a severe hemophilia. About the treatment, there is no definitive treatment. However, there is a preventive treatment that aims to prevent the occurrence of bleeding and its complications, especially head and joint bleeding. The treatment includes coagulation factors extracted from plasma or manufactured using genetic engineering, and biological medications to replace the work of blood coagulation factors. Prevention of hemophilia by obtaining a genetic medical advice regarding the risk of giving birth to an infected child before pregnancy, especially in families with history of this disease. and there are many advices for patients with hemophilia. It is necessary to know when bleeding occurs at an early stage for taking the coagulation factors before the joint is affected. Ensure that the treatment of joint bleeding is under the supervision of medical team. Practicing physical activity regularly after consulting a doctor to determine the appropriate type of exercise. Maintain a healthy weight to protect joints. Avoid taking non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs such as aspirin, as some of them may affect the ability of blood to clot. Maintaining the health of the mouth and teeth to prevent excessive bleeding from tooth extraction. Make sure to consult a doctor before undergoing any surgery in order to take the necessary precautions. Protect children from equipment and tools in home or other places to prevent them from injuries and bleeding. Reducing childhood injuries by protecting the knees and elbows and wearing a protective helmet. Make sure to use seat belts in high chairs, car seats, and strollers to protect them against falls. Parents should know how to examine the child and recognize the signs of bleeding. Children and adults can be physically active to maintain muscle flexibility and strengthen the joints. Inform the teachers and the school about the child's condition and make sure to inform the coaches if they are allowed to participate in sports where they are in contact with others. I hope that you get a benefit from this simple awareness about hemophilia. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe my scientific channel to follow me for more interesting videos.